Who's ready for an adventure? Good morning to all. Another beautiful sunny day on the lake. When I got up this morning, I found that there was a large leech munching on my bullfrog. So now I have the large leech as bait. See if I can catch a large fish with my large leech. Fairly warm night last night. Generally speaking, the nights have been cold. Put on my sweater and a toque. Still end up shivering if I wake up in the night, but not last night. I was actually sweating a little bit. Had to dress down, take the toque off. So the nights are warming up. Days are warming up. The days are still getting longer for a little while. Summer solstice is just around the corner though. And it looks like I've got another beautiful day. I haven't caught any fish today, yet, but I did see a bunch of fish coming up to feed on the dead mayflies on the surface, which is really interesting. Not entirely sure what species they are. If I had to guess, I would say walleye, but I'm not sure. Anyways, gonna continue fishing for a little bit. See if I can get some dinner, and then I'll be taking Roy for a walk. He knows that word. Go on, Roy. So not a successful morning of fishing. I caught one smallmouth bass, but the season is still just over a week away, so nothing for me to eat. I still have leftover perch and then that bullfrog from yesterday though, so I won't starve. I wasn't able to positively identify the mushroom that I collected yesterday. I will be keeping my eyes open for other mushrooms, but if I see one that's the same, I'm going to leave it where it is. So, another set of mushrooms here. This one, also a bolete. Also unfamiliar with it. So since the last one was discarded, I'm going to bring this one home, identify it if possible, and I know there are a couple more here if it's edible. So I'm going to put that there, grab it on the way back. Just going for a little swim. There's a weed bed just north of the island that I'm camped on. I've just been paddling, controlling up along the edge of it, and then drifting and letting myself be pushed back through it while I cast. So I've done that a couple times now. I've had a couple little bites, but nothing that's actually taken the bait. Still using the worm harness with the leech. I can feel it starting to get a little bit warmer, so I probably won't keep at this too much longer. I might go in behind that little island there and take a few more casts if this doesn't work, or I may just clean the perch and the bullfrog and then pack it in for the day, or for the morning anyways, and have some lunch. Before long it's going to be too warm to be out here and active, and I'll need to seek shelter and rest. That's one of the lessons that I've learned. So on that pass, I caught a couple of medium-sized perch. So this is where my protein situation stands right now. 3 perch, a bullfrog, and then the 1 perch from yesterday. So I'm going to do another loop around the island here, and if I don't get anything else, I'm not going to be feasting today, but it's enough for a meal. Enough to get me through until tomorrow. And hopefully the fishing will be a little better. So I just got back from my morning paddle and walk with Roy. I ended up catching 1 fish at the end. It was actually offshore once I got back to camp, just a medium-sized perch. So I hung onto that. I'll clean that and the bullfrog later this morning or maybe early this afternoon, and that'll be something to eat for dinner. I've also got a couple perch left over from yesterday, and my standard cattail shoots and rhizomes. So I won't be going hungry. Not feasting just yet, but the day is young. I might still get out for some more fishing. Also boiling some water. I'm going to make the raspberry tea with the raspberry leaves that I gathered the other day. They've been left to dry for a few days now, so I'm interested to see the difference in taste between the wet leaves and the dry leaves. I also saw a young bull moose over in the bay just to the west. I've only seen 1 other bull moose while I've been here, and it was in the same area The rack was about the same size and shape, so I wouldn't be surprised if they were the same animal, but who knows. Anyway, so it's a nice morning so far, not too hot, just a little breeze, nice and sunny, so I'm sure I'll get up to something fun today. So my raspberry tea is now ready. I've had a few sips and it's quite good. Taste is the same as when you use dry plant matter, but it's just a little bit more flavorful. So I'm going to go ahead and sip on this and enjoy it. It's still fairly early in the morning, so as long as things don't heat up or get too windy, by the time I'm done I might go out for some more fishing, see if I can get some more fish for dinner. In the meantime, I have the two mushrooms. One that I collected yesterday, and one from this morning. Both are boletes. I thought I knew what kind this one was, but it didn't stain the way that I expected it to. So that one's done. Can't be certain, I'm not going to eat it. This one I can't find in the book at all, so that one's gone as well. This is a good reference. It's Lone Pine Mushrooms of Ontario in Eastern Canada, but it's not exhaustive. So there are a ton of mushroom species out there. This covers the most common ones, and I guess those don't fall into that category. As I've said, mushrooms, it's best to practice caution. So those are probably edible. I'd probably be fine eating them, but I don't want to take the risk. So if I can't be 100% sure, I'm just going to pass. So I've cleaned the 3 perch quickly enough. I've never done a frog before, so I don't really know how to go about this. Everyone knows it's frog's legs, so I guess I'll start by trying to separate those. Don't know whether I should be skinning it first or what, but I guess we'll find out. I just sliced myself quite nicely there. That was dumb. Well, that's something to worry about when I get back to camp. Keep the blade away from yourself. you go, just pull the pants off. Perfect. Yeah, the skin is on quite loosely. Don't imagine there's anything worth eating in here. Just gonna pull that all out. Just wondering whether the four legs have any useful meat on them or not. Obviously the back legs are going to be where the meal is at. Looks like there might be some nibbles up front though. So there's the bulk of the food. Hind legs and maybe a little bit in the back as well. Move up to the front. You've got your pectoral girdle. It's got a little bit of meat. I'll give that a try. I don't know if it's going to be worthwhile or not, but waste not, want not. Just get the skin off here. Surprising bit of meat around the toes. So I will eat those toes. This is garbage. Yeah, that was surprisingly easy actually, and also a lesson that you need to practice proper knife safety. Yeah, there you go. That is my first attempt at cleaning a bullfrog, and we'll see how it tastes. So the nice thing about these tiny little perch is that they don't take long to cook. The unfortunate thing is that they tend to slip through the cracks in the grate, as you've already seen. There's another incident off camera, but they should be done now, and I believe the frog's done as well, so I'm going to go ahead and give that a try. Need to cleanse the palate first to truly appreciate the flavors. Just letting them dance on my palate. It's not bad at all. It's like a cross between fish and grouse. Or chicken, if you are so inclined. Texture is a little softer though. Texture is a little fish-ish. But not bad though. I'll do that again. And I hear all sorts of them croaking. See all sorts of tadpoles as well, so there's a good supply of them around. I'll definitely have to give that a try. And maybe when people come in to visit, serve them some frog's legs as a little novelty. So I've had my lunch now and we're into the heat of the day. I don't feel overly tired, but yesterday I had a nap around this time, and I think it really did a lot of good for me. I was feeling better at the end of the day, feeling better in the morning, so I think I'm going to do that now, just find a shady spot and pass out for a little while, save my energy, and then get active again once it's a little cooler. One more quick note before nap time. I've noticed that the dragonflies are really out in force now, which is nice to see. It seems to be controlling the black fly and mosquito population, which really makes this possible. Otherwise I'd go lay down and get absolutely swarmed by biting insects. So this is nice. Seems like the natural cycle of things has turned a bit of a corner, and it's moving in our favor, which is a very welcome change at this point. Now that I've napped away much of the afternoon, I'm going to get a bit of a snack in me and then head back into the woods and work on a little project I've been thinking about for a while. That's the good stuff right there. That's what dreams are made of. Sweet rhizome dreams. So if I succeed in smoking fish, as I hope to do in the next week or so, then I'm going to need a place to keep it all, where it won't go bad and won't be exposed to the elements. I know that when a birch tree dies, the inside wood will rot and the birch bark itself will remain more or less intact unless you get fungi or something like that tearing at it. But so I imagine you could make a container out of the tubular bark that's left behind. So I've been hoping to find something like that. I found something that's quite a bit larger than I originally intended. It might still work, but it's at the right stage of decomposition. So I'm just heading there right now, and I'm going to give it a try and see if it's something that's feasible. So this is what I spotted. It's quite a bit larger than what I was really thinking, but it seems to be intact, and I think if I can cut through the outer layer of bark, this inner stuff is pretty far gone, and I should be able to clear that out. So this is my first attempt anyways, and we'll see how it goes. So I've now cut a girdle around the outside of the tree. I'm going to try and break down the middle, the rotting wood a little bit, so that I can just slide the top off. There you have it. That might work. Maybe. we'll see. Worth a try anyways. Failing that, you can use it as a basketball hoop or something like that, pass the time. Glass. Nailed it. All sorts of decomposing wood in here. I'm just giving it a quick little scrub with the classic spruce brush. Clean all that out. Gotta be careful because it is pretty old. If I were to drop this, I'm pretty sure it would break into a few pieces. So this isn't going to be something super durable. I'm not going to be carrying this around to different camps with me. I took a break from working on my food storage container to have some dinner. Now that I've had dinner, I think it's about time to take Roy for a walk, and I'm realizing that my cattail shoot supply is running low and I don't have any protein for tomorrow. So after our walk, I'm probably going to collect some cattails and do a little fishing. I don't know if any more work is going to get done on the food storage unit today, but I'm thinking tentatively, I'm just brainstorming a little bit, maybe do something similar to the tripod in terms of lashing branches to make a support, maybe between these 3 trees in the shade, something like that, and then place the food storage container on top of that just to keep it off the ground, elevated away from any mice or ants or anything like that. Now, what I have in mind is not something that would work for an area where you have, I'm just in the shade here, an area where you would have raccoons or marten or something like that, but on this island, I believe Roy and I are the only mammals bigger than a mouse, so it makes things a little bit easier. If you were to do it in a mainland situation or somewhere where there were larger pests, you could perhaps build a food cache, but that's not a problem for this adventure. Anyways, I'm going to leave it there for today. Worry about more pressing issues such as tomorrow's food and tonight's walk. I would say summer is here. Had a string of warm, sunny days. Last couple nights haven't been too cold. I'm probably going to eat those words shortly when it gets down in single-digit temperatures with rain and frigid nights, but right now I'm enjoying it. I have to say, I'm tired, as per usual. I think part of the problem is that I don't have very much sugar or salt in my diet. Now this is just me thinking aloud, but I don't have very much sugar or salt in my diet. Don't have the electrolytes to retain water. So instead of absorbing the water that I drink, I pee it out. It gets me dehydrated. Low energy. Low blood volume, which explains the IOH I've been getting quite a bit. Anyways, that's my hypothesis. The important thing is I'm tired. Spotted something from a ways off. Started stalking it. Roy! Hey! Roy! And it's a grouse. Come on, Roy! Come on! Okay, that's good. I'd really rather you didn't. Hey, come here. Sit. Sit. I would really rather you did not chase those. Thank you for coming back, though. So excited. So excited. Remember, you wait until I shoot them, and then you go get them when I tell you. Okay? This is not a free-for-all. Here, trying to get myself some vegetables. These ones are much larger than they were a week or two ago. They are a substantial bit of food. Anyway, so I'll be here for a while. Just a gathering. Got a decent supply here. Should last me a few days anyways. Now I'm after protein. Here's some bullfrogs. I'll try fishing. Oh, I got one. Oh, I don't have one anymore. That hit as soon as it hit the water. Felt it go tight right away. I want to say that was a bass anyways, but let's try again. Life can be really hard sometimes. Even though I'm hungry, now is not one of those times. Another beautiful day. I've been spoiled lately. It's the end of the day now, just packing things in. No luck fishing tonight, unfortunately. So tomorrow I'm going to have to get up probably fairly early. I found fishing is best right around sunrise, so I might get up. When the bugs wake me up, I'll try to make the effort to get up right away before sunrise and get out there, do a good bit of fishing, because at this point I don't have any protein left over. I did a good bit of gathering of not cattails, bulrush shoots, so I got that taken care of at least. But yeah, another beautiful day. Fishing wasn't great, but the weather was, so definitely not all bad. Just wanted to make a note on how I spend my evenings when it's time for bed. So as the sun's setting, bugs start to come out. I will generally get everything ready for bed and then make sure not to go in the shelter at that point. Otherwise the insects follow me and then they get stuck in here all night. So a lot of the last few nights anyways, I've had a little fire, put some material on there that's going to smoke a fair bit, and then 10:30, quarter to 11, I'll come in here once they've thinned out quite a bit. They always seem to be here waiting for me though, so then I lay in bed for about an hour or so playing defense. Basically I'll just lay with my face exposed and my hands at the ready, and when I feel them lay on my face I'll just kill them. That just keeps going on. I don't think I dent the population at all. I think eventually they just thin out. They go to sleep for the night, and then shortly, most of them anyways, there are always a few. Shortly after that I will fall asleep, and then I wake up around 5.